Hello, my friends. I'm so happy you're joining me here today. You're sitting in my kitchen, and I hope you're enjoying the smell of the pumpkin pie that I just took out of the oven. It's cooling on the rack right over there. And we've got the oven releasing its heat now with its low hum, making us nice and warm. And we're just as cozy as can be. I'm so glad you could join me today because I want to show you something that just arrived. Something new that I got for the Advent season. So I'm going to gently take the paper off, and it's going to be quite crinkly. As you can hear, it actually came in a large box with a lot of this paper, and I thought that was going to be a little too much crinkle. So we're just going to unpack one sheet. So I'll turn it over gently. See, just look how big this one piece of paper is. Can you tell what it is yet? All right, I'm going to lift this up. And gently move the paper out of the way. My goodness, that is loud paper. And here you can see my new Advent wreath. Now I have had my old Advent wreath for a long time, and it just got completely covered in dripped candle wax. So it was time for a new one. And I got a very, very plain one, as you can see. So I'll pull it out of this plastic wrapper it came in. This is a very nice sized zipper lock bag. Set it on top of the crinkly paper. And here we go, we have the wreath. It's got a little tag on it, so we can gently cut that off. Tangled here in the greenery. try to figure this out here. Oh, easy peasy. So, in case you're not familiar, an Advent wreath has a space for 4 candles to represent the 4 weeks of Advent. Some of them will also have a place for a 5th candle, which you would light on Christmas. And I'll show you the candles. I have a new set here in a moment after I fluff this a little bit, make it look nice. So the 4 candles that we'll light help us to increase our anticipation for Christmas. So, unlike in the secular world, Christmas has not started in the church. Christmas doesn't start until Christmas. And we have Advent, this season of waiting. And it's really lovely and one of my favorite times of the liturgical year because it helps you really prepare your heart for Christmas. And it's different than Lent, which is a penitential season. Advent isn't penitential in the same way. It's more, I really like the sound, excited waiting. Waiting for the birth of our Savior and making sure we're ready to prepare Him. So, one of the simplest analogies is just as you would get your home ready for guests who are coming over, perhaps preparing food and cleaning and tidying up. This is the time of year, or a time of year, to do a check-in with your soul and see how you're doing, and if there's some things that you should clean up to make more room for the Savior. So my Advent wreath I always keep on like the table where we would eat, and then you light a candle each night. But different people do it different ways. Some people light a candle for a little bit each day and say a prayer with it that way. Or just the different ways people enjoy it. Though I didn't know people did it those different ways till I was an adult. I thought everyone kept it on their tables. And then people burn their candles in different ways too. So some people like to, they'll have week 1, and by the end, that candle's like a stub because they always keep that one lit. And then week 4 will be pretty big because it was burned the least. But I don't like my candles to be so uneven. It bothers me, so I kind of burn them more evenly as much as I can. It's a little bit hard, but I do the best I can. And I'll talk about the candles here more in a minute when we unbox them. But I picked this nice plain wreath, and then I thought if I wanted to, I would add some poinsettias or other things of my own, through a craft store and just hot glue them on. But what I think will happen is I'll get used to it looking nice and plain, and I'll just like it like this. So usually an Advent wreath does have, greenery, the evergreen. But sometimes you'll see them made out of other things, just metal or wood. Usually in a Catholic church, you'll see very, very big ones somewhere in the church, and we'll light them as we go. This year is the longest Advent you can have because Christmas falls on a Sunday. So there are 4 Sundays of Advent. So if Christmas falls on a Sunday, the 4th Sunday of Advent is an entire week before Christmas. Now the shortest it can be as if Christmas falls on a Monday, because then Christmas Eve is also the fourth Sunday of Advent. Okay, so let's take a look at these candles. I'm not advertising. I bought these from the Altar and Rosary Society at my parish. So I know nothing about this actual company other than I have their candles. But you can see they come in this long box. And we're going to get 10-inch Advent taper candles. There's 4 candles, 3 purple and 1 pink. And I'll talk about that in a minute. It's just a standard box. In case you didn't know, candles can start fires. So anyway, let's open this up and take a look at the candles. We're going to get some more crinkly sounds here. So we can do this one by one. Let's see. Here's a purple candle. Just trying to see if I could slit this myself, but I don't know that I'm going to be able to. I'm sure there's a reason things are wrapped up so well, but sometimes I can't understand them. Maybe by the time I'm done with the 4th one, I'll have figured out a good way to open these. There we go. Nope, I spoke too soon. Goodness gracious, this is really on here. Just a moment. It seems like it should be easier to pull out because it's thicker at the bottom. All right, we finally got one out. So here's one purple candle, and we'll put these in a minute. Excuse me, I'm going to take a drink real quick. And let's pull out another purple candle. And we're going to try opening this a different way. So let's see what happens this time. Oh, I see. There's 2 pieces of tape. Were there 2 pieces of tape on the last one? Probably a little knife would actually have been better for this. I thought it was so clever, thinking to get scissors. It's kind of like when you watch videos about cell phones being unwrapped, but much less satisfying. It's like magic candles or something. They're really, really well protected. Okay, there we go. So what we're going to try this time da, 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 da. So now we have 2 purple purple candles. Sorry, I forgot for a moment I was making a video and just got excited that I figured it out. I'm glad you're here. So now we come to the third candle, and it's the pink one. Ooh. So now the reason for this, the pink candle is for the third week of Advent, and it represents joy, and it means we're almost there. We're almost to the Savior, and so we're so excited, and we need a joy color. There does not seem to be a standardization to this. See, there's definitely not tape on the bottom of this one like there was. Oh, I spoke too soon. Everything's clear. It's taking quite a bit of focus. We got it. It's kind of like Christmas. You sort of struggle a little bit to wait, and then boom, got it. So in my house, what we do for Christmas is, and by Christmas I mean this kind of season when the secular world's very much celebrating. And I mentioned, I think, these things in a video last year as well. But I'll, of course, have my Advent wreath out because this is the first Sunday of Advent. It starts November 27th this year. And I put out all my crushes. So I have 3 different little nativity sets, or crushes, whichever you want to call them. And I'll have a wreath out. And then this one little Advent calendar. And then any other Christmas decorations like stockings or a tree do on Christmas Eve. So now we're at the last one. Who would have thought it could take so long to open 4 candles? You know what's funny though is I think I have the same problem every year, and then my mind blocks it out. I do usually get the candles from the same place because it's so convenient, and they cost like $5. And the money goes to the Alton Rosary Society, so it's like a win-win-win. And I don't have to go anywhere else or order them or anything. Well, the best I can say is that we've learned as we've gone along, or at least I have. And if you like crinkle sounds, is this for you or what? So that's our fourth candle. And to give a little bit of contrast, I'll show you what a couple candles from last year look like when they were done, and they looked like this. This must have been the week 4 candle to still have this much. And what I mean by that is it's not the first one I burned. They don't last that long. These are not long-lasting candles. I'm going to try to set these in, but they're going to be too big to show in this shot. So you'll just have to know the tops are there. So let's do a purple. There we go. They do always kind of lean. I feel like that's very normal. So I usually put a gold charger underneath so that it catches all the wax and it doesn't get on my table. These are very tight. I don't usually have that problem. Sorry, we need to do pink first. I'm going to kind of stick it in. There we go. They're leaning so much. It's like the Leaning Tower of Pisa Advent wreath. And then we'll put in this last, oops, hi friend. We'll put this in right here. Pop. And there we go. We have all the candles in our wreath. Doo-doo! This is a very funny looking shot. Alright, I'm going to take them out for now. Oh goodness, that one already got broken. Come here. Oh, there's like, that's odd. Oh, I see. There's a, this is something I didn't have before. There's a, it's like a nail, like a spike. And it's in, so you stick it down in there. Actually, taking these out might be problematic. But I will anyway. We'll figure it out. The other spike situations didn't seem to be quite as serious. I'm telling you, that first candle, all the problems. Drama candle. Well, anyway. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate that you let me share these things with you and you stop by. I wish you could stay to have some pie when it cools down. Gonna have all kinds of wax left over. This is like such a different sound, you know, than all those crinkles, those loud sounds. It's a light, delicate, tingly sound. Well, thank you again for joining me here today. I hope you have a very blessed Advent. I hope you're looking forward to getting your Advent wreath out and putting it up. If you want to share, I'd love to hear how you do yours. If you do it with dinner, or if you have it somewhere in your house and you do, say, a morning prayer or an evening prayer with it. Now that I'm learning about all these other traditions that people have. 4 weeks till Christmas, everybody. All right. We'll talk again soon. Bye.